welcome to Self Care Saturdays. Topic today is eggs. There we go. So yes, we have 2 bowls, an egg, our oil cleansing stuff, so our mist and our oil. Let's start with that. So I'm going to warm up my hands a little bit. Happy Self-Care Saturday, everybody. I'm so excited. This is like my New Year's resolution to get up here every week with you guys for myself and for you. Because when I help myself and you help yourself, we help each other. It's magical.
Yes. Go team.
Go team. All right. Ooh, I'm going to take off my ring, which I rarely do.
Ugh. Are you starting with mist?
Yes, start with mist and do a good amount. And then I'm going to use my, that's my Glowing Goddess oil, my latest one. It's got Siberian fir, helichrysum, frankincense, and a touch of rose. And it's got rose buds that we harvested sitting in there, just like steeping into that oil. So remember, when we're washing our face with oil, I really love to make sure you get your neck and your décolleté. This is like super important as far as opening and releasing, and anything that's going on here is going to affect what's going on up here. So just think about opening and connecting your heart space to your head space. It's a great meditation. I use quite a bit of oil. This is preference, like whatever feels good for you. I'm going to start with some nice self-massage. Opening the neck is extremely powerful, you will see. And I'm just going to bring in some like affirmations here. Tell myself how proud I am for getting through the holidays, staying stress-free or as stress-free as possible. Really get into that lymphatic system, wake up that system here. I'm going to come in kind of like scissors here and just, yeah, relax into this one. I do that about 30 times. Isn't that great? It's like really powerful. Sometimes when I have no time, I just do this one. And then I'll show you another move that just kind of wakes everything up and gives you this like awesome complexion. Okay. So then I would go into this. It's kind of waking everything up.
Which finger are you focusing on there?
This
now?
One. Mm-hmm. Kind of follow those laugh lines. And give some love to your chin area. Yes. You're the best.
I mean, silly faces.
Why not?
I'm embracing my silliness because I'm a total goofball all the time. I'm always cracking jokes and making myself laugh and laughing at myself. And I'm like, I'm going to share some of this with social media now.
I love it. It's so powerful. I have to say, I have a friend who is in her 90s and she's like sharper than a 30-year-old. And her whole like thing is about being goofy and happy and finding like the light in everything and just having a good time here on earth rather than taking everything so seriously. And I think it works. She's like so youthful. It's amazing.
Oh, totally. I think I wrote about that in one of my posts recently, which was like, if you're laughing at yourself and dancing through life and creating magic, then you got the human part of being down.
Yes.
Like, that's the fun part about being in a body.
Totally. Yes. And it's hard to get there. It really is, but it's worth it. Do the work. Get there.
So my face feels cleansed and loved and warm and awake.
That's what we want. The warming is like part of the magic, you guys. It's seriously. Okay. We'll use our really soft cloth. I like to imagine myself like wiping all the built up dirt or even like negative energy. I'm just wiping that off. Water is magical, super magical. Sometimes when I'm feeling really like heavy, I just get in the shower and imagine like the water just rinsing everything off of me and down into that drain, and it really can lighten you right up.
Me too. Like releasing, if I want to release, I'm just like, okay, releasing with the water, releasing negativity, releasing self-doubt, releasing whatever is coming up that day. Totally. That's not serving. And I visualize it falling down my body and into the drain too.
There's something yes. There's something so magical about visualization. It's changed my life. Like literally changed my life. We'll get into that. We should do a whole chat about that because people need to know. And a part of like not being so afraid is like hearing someone else that does it, and then all of a sudden it gives you permission to like go and do it. So hopefully me and Neve can inspire you guys. That's the whole goal here. All right, so my egg's been charging. It feels really good. I'm so excited to get into this with you. So eggs are super powerful because there's a couple things. So protein is like so hard to get. Even topically, you can't like get that much, but you get enough that it makes a difference. So there's a lot of protein in there. There is vitamin A, which is what is so magical in like rosehip oil or apricot oil. There is tons of vitamin B, all the different kinds. A few really cool facts about that. So a lot of people say, oh, vitamin B12 will clear your skin. It does. It works really well, but in a very natural amount, like the amount that an egg would give you. You can easily overdo vitamin B12. I've seen this happen a lot where people like take the supplement and they take too much. This is a very human thing to do, like overdoing it. And then the opposite happens. So then they start getting a bunch of acne when they're trying to achieve the opposite. So being super mindful about like amounts of things, and there is a magic to the like minimal. If you've gotten any of my products, you see that I use a little bit of essential oils and I use a lot of like whole plant extractions, not like pieces of the plant. So just keep that in mind. Like, yeah, I've just seen so many people do it, so I had to throw that little thing in there. Also collagen. People are always like, oh, I bought this huge thing of collagen powder and I'm putting it in everything. And it's like your body can only absorb so much of that, and then the rest of it, you gotta get it out of you, right? So find like really natural ways, or like, you know, things that you find in nature are gonna do it better than like extractions and supplements and pieces and parts of things. There's so much magic that we can't copy. There's also, there's collagen in every part of the egg, like from the whites to the yolk to the membrane to the shell. So you can use all parts of the egg. I also like to eat. So I'm going to eat an egg after we do this, like just to get that synergistic effect going on, right? As far as eggs go, it's only going to affect the top few layers of skin. It's not going to go deep down like the oils do when we massage them in, but you'll see some incredible results instantly. And zinc. Zinc's a really important thing if you have acne or anything going on, this could really help with that. As well as it's going to really help fight off inflammation. It's going to do all sorts of incredible things, especially with fine lines and wrinkles. You'll see them like disappear, especially when you see what we do with this area. Okay, now getting to the fun part. So I have one of these and one of these, and I'm going to separate the yolk and the whites and the shell. Okay. You don't have to be perfect with it. Just get most of the egg whites in one side and then the yolk in the other. Alright. And then keep that shell too. We're going to do something really fun with that shell. Okay. Another thing, when you're working with eggs, it's the same thing as like don't eat too much cookie dough. The same thing that goes like in the kitchen. There is the slight potential that there is salmonella, so you don't want to get it in your nostrils, you don't want to get it in your mouth, and you don't want to get it in your eyeball. Okay, so be really careful about these, just mindful. Don't be scared. It's just like cooking with eggs. It's just like, you know, all that. I've seen people just drink raw eggs. But, you know, there's just always this caution that you have to like be mindful of.
Okay. So I want to separate the yolk from the white from the shell.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct. I've got
so we're saving all of it.
Save all of it. So there's my shell. Sometimes when I'm just like cooking eggs, I just throw the shell to the side. Save the shell. Not only is it good for your plants, but it's also good to do this little trick that I'm going to show you. Okay. So I personally am going to add a little bit of the grains into the whites. Goddess grains. All right. So the whites are going to be extremely tightening. It's going to pull oil. So if you have extremely dry skin, I would just shoot for the yolks. Okay, like just do a yolk mask. But if you don't have extremely dry skin, the egg whites are magical. I do this a lot in the summer. I do it a little bit less in the winter. Just because it's, you know, it's tightening, it closes pores, it's, yeah, magical. Okay, now we're gonna whisk up the white. And again, like, you don't have to use an immersion blender.
Should I use all of these goddess grains or no? Just a little bit?
Just a little bit. I just did a tiny little touch. All right, so it gets a little bit fluffier. I'm also going to work on these yolks now. Alrighty. Cool. So you can use your hands or you can use a brush. I have this like silicone one that I really like for this. And if you have like a nice shirt on that you care about, sometimes it's good to like tuck something in there. It could get a little messy, but all right. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the shell, all right, and we're gonna start separating the membrane, okay, and getting the eggshell off. And then you're going to take the membrane and you're going to start piecing it around where you get those wrinkles here and here. almost like a sheet mask. Okay, so I got like a nice big chunk there. And again, be careful not to get it in your eye. Just do around your eye. You're going to be amazed at what this does.
It got all lumpy.
It got all lumpy?
Okay. Yeah.
That's okay. That's fine. Sometimes I do this around the kids and they look at me all funny when it's like... well, it's funny looking. And they like harden up. They dry pretty quickly.
Whoa, this is so cool.
Isn't this cool? Do you feel that? It's like incredible what happens. You can feel it. It starts tightening like instantly. And I've seen so many videos on like egg whites. And I'm like, why aren't they using the whole egg? There's so many magical parts to this egg.
Are you putting the sticky part on your face?
Yeah.
The stickier side?
The stickier side, yep.
Okay.
And just piece them right on.
I didn't even know this part of the egg had value.
Oh yeah, baby. And that's like the other cool thing is like I just love finding ways to not like waste, especially food. Food waste is like the craziest thing.
I wish I had a mirror right now, but I'm using
I know.
this to where everyone flies. So I'm trying to figure out.
And with time, you might get like better at peeling. It's tough.
Oh yeah, I mean, I already feel like I'm getting a little better at peeling it.
Yep. You find the little like sides to pull from.
It's not that tricky.
It's
actually.
not. It's fun. It's fun. This is fun.
It's fun.
It is. Perfect. Okay.
I
So.
think I'm addicted.
I know. You can also do this right here too. If you have a lot of blackheads, you can put some like right there and it'll pull those blackheads out. Oh, that's great. I'm going to throw a little. Next, I'm going to take the egg whites with the grains and I'm just going to start painting on this part of my face where I feel like I really need the pores to close up and the tightening to happen. Again, try not to get it up your nose or in your eyes. Put a little extra.
Alright, so I'm putting this one over it?
Yep, you could put a little over it. And then I'd like to do like my nose. And you're also going to get the benefits and all the vitamins of the goddess grains, which if you've used them, you can feel how incredible. It's like a multivitamin for your skin. All right. And then I'm going to go into the yolk where I'm going to do
feels so cool.
Oh, it's so cool. I'm glad you feel it. Some people are like, oh, but I love it personally. Like, I don't know if I loved it the first time or what, but like, I've seen the evolution of people like trying it and then being like, oh, that was kind of yucky. And then they get used to it because of what it did for their skin. It's worth it. And again, like, I feel like this brings out your inner child to like playing. All of our senses are being like activated. This is so powerful, self-care alone, like just the act of doing anything for yourself is really powerful.
Alright, so yolk is going on the chin.
Yeah.
Look, baby boo, I'm putting yolk on my chin. You're looking at me like, what are you doing now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yolk on my chin, and then where else?
Okay. And then I do my forehead and my chin. Awesome. And, you know, there's plenty more. Like, a girl party would be really fun to do this. Like, have a couple friends over, and this would be a really fun one to do together. Yeah. And
yeah, because there's definitely extra.
Oh, there's so much extra. Yes.
Honey, you want me to do your face?
Yeah.
Boys.
I know. I know.
This is why we had to call each other.
Yep. I suggest you find a friend and start self-caring with your friend. Or join me and Neve. We'll be doing this on Saturday. All right, so I wait about 10 minutes because it is tightening. You don't want to like overdo it. I've definitely left it on for a really long time before and it's just like really tightening. But that's why I kind of put yolk more here and leave the tightening for like here and here. You can keep massaging if that's what feels right. Like sometimes I just keep massaging. A lot of the times I do this right before I get in the shower. So that again, if you don't want to waste, put this through your hair. You can mix them together and put those in your hair. Again, the protein is magical, the amino acids, the vitamins. It's going to leave your hair really silky and beautiful. Yeah.
Yolk or the yellow?
I do
white or yellow?
Yeah, I do both, but the yolk especially, I feel like is extremely conditioning and it just has more vitamins in there. But yeah. While we wait for our mask, you can totally like give yourself a little love, maybe a little neck roll. Just like tune in. How does it feel? How do you feel after the oil cleanse? How do you feel after the playing with food? Tune in. How do you feel? Doesn't it feel good? I think so.
Yeah, I like these goddess grains.
Yeah, the grains are great, right? I just like was really inspired by, have you heard of Upton? It's like they use before a wedding in India and they like do this grains massage with like milk and grains and I don't know, they use like chickpea flour and all these other things. And so I just kind of like went from there. I like took some of those ingredients that I love and just put them all in there and I just kept adding. There's like, oh, so many beautiful things. There's rose petals, chamomile flowers, calendula petals. There is mushrooms, all sorts of mushrooms. There's like 12 different mushrooms in there. There is the adzuki beans, the red lentils. There's, gosh, what else? Some clays. There's green clay and red clay, a little bit of bentonite clay. There's holy basil, neem, just everything. Everything.
Yeah. So one suggestion is to put the yolk in my hair and take a shower.
Yes.
What about the leftover? Because these things aren't good for very long.
No. You got about 24 hours to use it, you know. You could put it in the fridge and do it again, but again, this mask is pretty tightening. I don't know, maybe putting it like on your décolleté and neck area and kind of going into your shoulders just to use more of it. Yeah, inviting a friend over. And again, you can totally put the whites in your hair too. It's not just the yolk. So
would you do the yolk first and then the white in your hair?
I'd probably just mix them first, and then just dump it over my head. I'd do like a nice massage, and then I would wrap it up in like something like this, or some sort of hair covering, because you'll let it sit for like 30 minutes. But yeah, you could just like get in your bath and, you know, let it sit while you're in the bath. There's so many ways to do it. So yeah, the bath is one of my favorites.
There's a bath calling my name later.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Okay, so I can mix these now, put them in the fridge.
Yes.
And then when it's bath time, I'll give myself a head massage with the egg and let that sit while I'm in the bath.
Totally. Again, and again, it's gonna do the same things, right? It's gonna like pull oil. If you have oily hair, this is incredible. It's gonna help with the proteins, which is like something that is really hard to get into your hair, especially with like all the extracts and funny things that we put in hair products. And yeah, it's just magical. B vitamins, like, I just love B vitamins. I'm obsessed. There's so many. Yeah, all these lovely things.
So besides sharing it with a friend, saving it and doing one the next day, or putting it in your hair, that's pretty much the suggestions, right?
Yep.
And make cookies out of it or anything?
Yeah, totally. You could. You totally could. Yeah, like take a little bit to the side when you're cooking. Maybe like you have to separate for cooking.
And then what? Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
And then what about the shells?
Yeah.
The outer part of the shell.
Personally, I like to crush those up and put them in my plants, especially indoor plants. Just as it's something that my grandmother's done, so I do it. I've heard a lot of people actually talk about that in my recent past, so it's popular. I do it in my garden because we have slugs out here. I don't know if anyone has issues with slugs, but they don't like it because I leave them kind of bigger chunks and they can't really like slide over it. So I put them all around my plants, so it gives them vitamins and nutrients, but it also keeps pests away. So it's an awesome little addition to your gardening. Okay. Been about 10 minutes, and the first thing I'm going to do is pull these off, and you can feel like, oh my god, it's like so awesome, the tightening that has happened. And again, like the longer you leave it, the tighter it's gonna. I mean, you can, I don't know if you can see this, you guys, but there's instantly a difference.
I feel like there's a difference.
Yeah, it like totally gets rid of crow's feet, like at all, even if you just have like a little bit.
Crow's feet would be like the dark spots?
No, the little like lines that start happening here when we get older. Like from this action. We do this a lot.
Yeah, I do a lot of smiling, so I have crow's feet.
Me too. Me too. And I do this mask a lot, and it's really made a big difference. Also, just a little tiny fine lines that happen around your eye. It's just really natural. It's a very delicate part of your face. There's very thin skin, and over time, like especially when you don't nourish that part, you'll see these little lines start to happen. So again, like the best thing you can do is use something like my Glowing Goddess Balm. It's a little bit thicker. It's like a mask. I do it at the end of all my treatments. It's like the last thing. It's a little bit thicker and extremely moisturizing, and I use like all of the best essential oils, the rose, helichrysum, frankincense, the Immortelle from doTERRA. It's amazing. Yeah, really, really powerful. Myrrh, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. Myrrh is like one of the best oils for skincare. But again, like people go hard. You don't have to go hard. It's like there's magic to the minimal. There's so much magic to the minimal. And it's why I love like the natural world so much, because it's the exact amount that your body like needs and wants and craves. when you're wiping it off, again, like, be mindful of your nostrils and your eyes. Trying not to get...
Re-warm up my...
Yes.
rag.
Good idea. Good idea.
So mindful of my nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just again, that whole like salmonella thing. Potentials. Just trying not to get it. And I'm sure it wouldn't feel very good in the eyes. I know I have a really hard time, like when we make cookies, I have a really hard time not eating the batter. So I try.
I'm pretty sure I always eat a little bit of batter.
Yeah, like you have to.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Cookie dough.
Like I try and be healthy, but there's times, there's balance to everything, right? Like indulge, allow yourself to enjoy.
It feels so crazy.
Isn't it feel so crazy? Like I can't describe in words this mask. Like you just have to try it. My skin feels incredible. I feel a tightening that happened here. My pores look awesome. I feel like really nourished through here where I really put the yolk. I mean, it's moisturizing, but also pulls those excess oils. It's incredible, you guys. I'm so excited to hear the feedback on this one and just hear what people think, because that has been the best part about Self-Care Saturdays. I've had like all these people already come to me and be like, oh, I got a muslin cloth, or you know, they started doing the oil cleanse and they feel a huge difference. And yeah, so please let me and Neve know how things are going, because it's really the best part about this is connecting with you guys and seeing the results and seeing that we inspired you guys to take care of yourself, love yourself, nourish your skin. Like, I mean, an egg that costs like 50 cents, you guys. It does not have to be crazy expensive. It doesn't have to be like all these amazing products. Like, no, a couple amazing products and your pantry, like, you got this. You got this.
And yeah, I love the way that this egg feels. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I've got most of it off now, but man, yeah, it felt so like, I don't know. What does it do? What is it when you get Botox? Isn't that what that's doing?
Yeah. So it's very much like nature's Botox.
Yeah, it's like pulling it and tightening it. Yeah.
Lifting, tightening. Yeah, it's incredible. I don't know why people get Botox anymore. Like, that stuff is nasty. It's not good for you, and it's not going to work forever. I'm sorry. But this kind of thing, totally, it'll work forever.
Actually nourishing your skin.
Yeah, yeah. And it makes an impact, like, especially when it's just like our daily habits. Like, if you start including these things into your weekly routine, you're going to see a huge difference, especially over time. Like, your skin is just going to be healthy because of your daily habits that you are creating. Like, I do a weekly face mask, and I'm going to start doing it on here with you guys. Simple things. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. This will change your skin. And I use things like bananas or, you know, grapes. Avocado. Ooh, maybe we should do that one next.
I love avocado masks.
Yeah, they're so good. A little bit of honey, avocado. It's so simple. It's so fun.
Good for pitta.
Yeah.
Pitta people.
Yes.
If you have a lot of anger.
Yes.
Or skin issues, or anger, or you like need things too organized and you need to know about everything.
Yeah.
You probably need an avocado mask.
Yeah, you do. You totally do. And it's awesome for your hair. You can pull it up into your hair again, like, it's really good. Also, yeah, when you think of like fire, that's like red fire. So green is a really good color to balance that, like, fire. So I always think of green stuff when I see inflammation or things like that. So yeah,
totally intuitive, right?
Yeah.
This is the essence of the witchiness.
Yes.
So I was wondering, now that my face feels a little bit tighter.
Yes, girl. Yes.
Okay. So what is the best thing to put on it now?
So what I'm going to do and what I usually do for really pulling types of masks, I'm oily. I got kapha skin, oily skin, thick, tough. I'm going to use this balm. It's this kind of consistency, a little bit thicker, and you just need a tiny, tiny bit. You could also go in with your glowing goddess oil or whatever oil that suits you.
Okay, so what does this have in it?
Yeah. Ooh, girl. Okay, so that is my...
It smells amazing.
Does it?
And I love it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good. I
love it. So it's got ginkgo, it's got echinacea, it's got hibiscus. There's even some hibiscus flowers still in there, continuously infusing. Okay. Yep, hibiscus, which again is another nature's Botox, one of Cleopatra's favorites, by the way. So yeah, it's got all those. What else? Oh yeah, mugwort in that one. There's always comfrey, rose, calendula, chamomile. So all of those steeped in that oil for over 7 months. So extracting all of that plant goodness without using any heat, because heat will disrupt all of the like phytonutrients and the goodness that you get. And it's
gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful. I'm so happy you love it. Yeah, it's just so fun, right? Like it can go on your altar. There's some sandstone in there, that sparkly stone.
I see the sandstone. I don't know if other people can see it. But
it's one of my favorites because it just brings light to the darkness. So I feel like there's a lot of balance that happens with that stone. And it just made me think of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's so sparkly.
Exactly. You're so sparkly.
Awesome. Well,
perfect. I am feeling
any other questions? I'm trying to think. So next time I want to do this egg mask on my own, I just need an egg. You definitely suggest misting and oiling first.
Yes.
And misting, wiping off the excess oil. Mm-hmm. Doing the oil face massage cleanse to help get the face ready and warm and everything, right? Yeah. When your face is warm and you've done a little massage, your skin is more open and receptive to pulling in all the stuff we're going to be putting on topically, as well as like with the oil massage, you're going to be penetrating the deepest layers of skin, especially with my glowing goddess oil. It's like the recipe is for it to like work from the inside out and on the deepest layers. But when you add that massage in there, it's crazy. It's just nuts. Like there's so many layers that are at work here, and it's just quite magical. I feel so good, you guys. I can't wait. I mean, even my like little forehead lines that I get, they're looking good. Like, yeah. Yep. I know. I'm like, wow, I look so... You do. You look beautiful. And that looks very clear. So yeah. I love I do my oil face massage every morning. That makes me so happy. Part of my routine, like one of my first things. And I do the third eye. Yes. I just wake it up. Wake up. So thank you for sharing all of the goodness. Yes, girl. The glowing goddess goodness with me and everyone else listening and watching this later. Yes. I'm so excited. Thank you all. Thank you, Neve. Thank you for joining me and sharing this experience with me. And I'm excited for our little journey here. Gorgeous girl. Do I look glowing? Am I glowing? You are glowing. You are a glowing goddess. Thank you for watching, goddesses. See you next time.